Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna resume from the place I left yesterday, and deze video is in het Engels, man. This video, a video waar in Engels moet doen. And if you hear me speaking a strange language in between my videos, is because I'm from the Amazon jungle. I'm phenotypically Amazon jungle African. So if you hear me saying anything about African and not specifically about any country, I'm speaking about phenotypically. And I'm gonna show it here to give the context because I've seen many even continental so-called Africans confused. What do you mean? I'm the original African. I'm supposed to be Big Brother. The people who were taken, if it was a real story that they were taken from Africa, it were grown up men who could go and work on sugarcane plantation in Jamaica and Suriname and a cocoa plantation, those things. There was no cotton plantation in South America that I know of. That was North America. Yeah, when they speak about field Negroes, maybe I'll find it. Let's check a few of these things, man. Instead of just saying it, it's best to show it also. Oh, this is the. We all know that the FBA is the KKK. Enough said. No need to specify it any longer. Let me see something here, man. Uh, yeah, man. So, yeah, okay, man. So then let's check it out. What I was speaking about yesterday and the day before that. So I'm giving the context for those who don't know because I've seen many people. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Jamaica. Now there is Chinese Jamaican, there is Japanese Jamaican, German Jamaican, Dutch Jamaican, Italian Jamaican, Congo Jamaican, Nigerian Jamaican. So it's nothing special. It's just like Chinese American, Black American, and German American. It's the same thing everywhere. Yeah. You see, so this is in South America. You see Brazil, and you see there's Suriname. It used to be called Brit and Dutch Guyana. You see, British Guyana is over there next to Venezuela, and French Guyana is over there. See, South America. I'm showing you this because this is the place where Columbus went. He never went to North America. It's a lie. All this and FBA stuff. And I've even seen a girl who was saying she's 10% Nigerian or whatever. She's now telling maroon stories. My people, we don't live like that. That's why I come out here and make these videos to make it clear that I'm Okano. If you go there where these people live, you will find people called Okanos also living in the territory where I live. They have their own king. Saramakanas live there in Brokopondo. They have their own king, own god, own system. And they have Matawai, they have their own god, own system. You have Aluku, they have their own god, own system. You have Quinty, they have their own god, own system. If you see anybody coming here stating confusing story, we are all one, they are mixed often. Often most, because in Suriname you have people who are mixed and Saramacano with an Aukaner or city Negro, plantation Negro mixed with Native American. You have those people there. City Negro mixed with Saramacano, City Negro mixed with Aukaner. Those people are also there. Many of them are like that because they after the war in 1984 there was civil war in Suriname between my people and the National Army Bouters. So many of the people in the jungle they went to Paramaribo or to French Guyana. So they left. So of them became mixed, lost their language and all those things that was happening to city Negroes. That's why they wanna come and chase away indigenous people so they can go and steal resources. So it's a phenotype. When Columbus came there, my people were in the jungle there. They said, these people look like West Africans. That's it. Yeah, yeah, Africans were taken there. So what if I take Africans right now to Suriname? Does it mean that my people are not already there? Because Africans are taken there? If Africans, 1 million Africans come to Europe today, does it mean there were no Africans here in Europe or in England because Africans arrived from the continent called Africa? And it's not Afar people, because that's what it was about that. Yeah, that's why I was making this video. It's not Afar people, it's Afri people. They are Berbers Amazi. Because I had because I have a history paper also from school, from college. So and but I was thinking about Afar people. The Afar are in Ethiopia, but you see, it's almost the same, because this Ethiopian name was also used for so-called an Africoid, Negroid. These people coming out saying, Negro, this is the Caucasian science, they don't understand. So many people step up from their bed, from so-called ghetto or their village or from the city of under a bridge, step out and they see you have the same color as they do, and then start comparing you with them. Don't come and compare me with you. Don't. Yeah, I don't think in those ways. I don't feel myself as you. I am me, you are you. Whatever you're doing is your business. Yeah, when the RICO Act comes, is on your own. Any sin you or any of y'all have committed is on you. It will never be on me. That's what I'm saying. I do not congregate, because any sin that you and your bloodline, your family ever committed will be on you forever and will not come to me. That's how my people live. That's my culture. My people are not allowed to marry out without knowing what bloodline it is. They have to know your history. If your ancestors committed crimes and hurting innocent people, all those things. If your ancestors are those people, like I was saying, it was a war. You got captured. You got sold to the Arabs or maybe the Caucasian. This continental African was no, man. Many of these people were criminals. They were thieves. They were stealing chicken and goats. We sold them. If you did those things, you are cursed. That's my culture for real. So you cannot come back and say we are the same. It's impossible. If you have culture and you're from a village in because we have our own village, just like you have your shrine in your village in continental Africa. There we have it also there in Brazil. We do not see your God as anything special or not special. It's up to you. That's why when I come out here, I explain your Jesus is not my Jesus, your Allah is not my Allah, your Buddha is not my Buddha. Because your hands are not my hands, your thinking is not my thinking. Even the way they think about these so-called godly things, you see, you have Christian, Seventh-day Adventist, you have Jehovah Witness and Catholics, because they don't think the same. So how are they the same people? How is their God one? Yeah, because the God of your Bible even says, and the Most High is not the author of confusion. Just saying, if you see confusion is devil practices, because that's why I'm saying I don't even come out here and defend any continental African so-called even, because when you make these videos, they will come and say, yeah, no, this black American are still my brother. Oh, fine. Then I know you and they and those guys think the same. Well, then it's fine. Because you sold your own people, you are cursed. These black Americans are black hunters who are fighting my people there in the Brazilian jungle when I speak. It's there, Suriname. There is where these black hunters, Tariq Nasheed and his people, Buffalo soldiers, would come and attack my people there. So you sold your people on the continent and they were selling people there in South America. So you could be brothers. I'm the one that don't understand, because I was not colonized and enslaved. Africans on the continent were colonized till 50 years ago. They were enslaved themselves. Many of them lost their culture even. So whatever, man. That's why I'm saying when I speak here, I've been making videos on YouTube for 20 years. I speak about phenotypically African, not somebody who lives on a piece of land called Africa. Yeah, where I come from, Africa does not mean a place, not a place. That's what I'm saying. Africa is not a place. It's to many of you, it's a place. So, like this guy's think tank was, I was on the continent. That's your thinking. Where I come from, where I am, there is Africa. Well, because it's a phenotype. Let's see it immediately. So you see here, I've shown many parts of this one yesterday. See, for those who are, you see Africa and Europe there. You see Spain, where is written Europe, there is Spain. When they speak about the most of you, and I will, there is where you have the Afri people. The so-called African, I will show you where the name comes from. They used to live here where you see Europe is written there beneath there in Spain there, Amazi Berber. That's why when I come here, I tell you, man, in the Netherlands, Europe is North Africa. The Caucasian went and changed all these things. It used to be just like you see here, North America, South America. South America is a different continent beneath the equator. There is where Columbus went. Tariq Nasheed and his bunch live in North America there, and up of North America. They are not even North America because Canada is even northern than they are. Canada is on top of North America, United States. You see that? So they are not even northern, they are really middle America with Mexico together. And you see where is written Suriname? Just above there, that is the Caribbean. Yeah, when I say I'm not really Caribbean, because people, well, no, I'm Okano. Yeah, there is 6 African tribes where you see the red spot written Suriname there. 6 African tribes live there. Yeah, the government does not acknowledge my people, and I don't acknowledge them because we have treaty. Anybody who wants to acknowledge them is their business. I was born with a Dutch passport in the jungle over there because it was an empire. The Dutch people had an empire across the ocean. Just like I was saying, the Ghana Empire, Mali, but these people, that's why when you speak on your own house. If you had culture, even if you're from the continent especially, if you had culture, you would never come out here and say, I'm your big brother, because if you go to a village there and you say that, you know, your head will fall off. You would not be man enough to go to a guy out there and say, I'm your big brother. Who are you? People were taken and it's a trauma or whatever it is, and you think you're gonna come out and misuse it just like the FBA. That's why when they say they are still my brother, I understand because you are all busy with the same con game. You are all guilty. Just like you sold people from on the continent, you saying, because I know about the war was happening, you got captured, you got sold to the people. You said no, people were thieves and criminals, that's why you sold them, so you are cursed. Aside of that, this black American in North America was selling people and capturing my people there in Suriname and selling them on the plantation. So the continental African who sold their people and these black Americans, they are the same. Because I'm the one who was not colonized. That's why they are both the black Americans and the continental Africans are fighting. No, no, but everybody was enslaved. No, I was not colonized. I was not enslaved. I defeated the colonizer. Yeah, I live in the jungle. We do not regard any so-called continental African as anything. We are phenotypically African. That's it. Just like any other tribe, you have Yoruba, Igbo. We are the same like that. You bring it, we on. Yeah, it's just like if a Yoruba goes and tell a Igbo something ridiculously, that's what I mean. You would not never, and you will not come and do it with my people there. It's that because we are exactly on the same level walking it. You have your God, I have mine. That's why I'm coming out here saying I do not expect anything from anybody. I've been making videos on YouTube for 20 years. I do not know you Negroes. Real talk, the name African, I will show it to you. It comes from these Berber people from Northern Europe, from Southern Europe there. That's why I was even saying Europe is Berberland, Amazi. You stupid one. Don't come. That's why this Tariq Nasheed was trying to say he is European blood, the most of Europe. I live there. Where you see is written Europe. There is where I'm speaking from as we speak. And I come from there, Suriname, across the ocean. It was an empire. Ghana had also their empire. That's why they will speak about this Mali empire. And where Mali is today, there used to be the old Ghana before there was war there. Yeah, it was an empire. If you go to Sahel region right now, Timbuktu used to be Ghana. This Ghana today is a new place. If you go to these people, you will see these Moroccan people, their ancestors are those the same Ghanaian from West Africa. If you go there, you will see these Moroccan are still making couscous looking like gari, but it's different. We make kwaka in Suriname, there in South America. Jungle, we make kwaka, and this kwaka is called gari by these Ghanaians on the continent of Africa, because they make it also. But if you go to North Africa, there you will see the Moroccan eating a similar style of it called couscous, because they are mixed, just like many of these Berber today. That's why they are called Marocano, and I'm from Marowina. If you go and look at Maori people, you will see they are all black. Maori people, Maro, wherever you hear their name, it's just like Ethiopian used to be, and Africa today, and Negroid. Sometimes they will say Africoid, Negroid phenotype. Let's move on. So I've been speaking for 15 minutes now on this thing. You see there, Paramaribo, I'm from the brown area, where you see jungle, and this Brokopondo there, that is Saramacano territory. Yeah, even that territory used to be forbidden, but these Saramacanos work with Bouterse. Bouterse was the one coming into the jungle in 1984 to execute my people. And even this Brunswijk, who is part from Brokopondo, mixed with Saramacano. So many of these people, they have their own agenda. They are not my people. To me, they are not. They are my people. To you outsiders think they are my people, but they are not. It's just like Hutus and Tutsis. No, they are Hutus and Tutsis, but they are all Rwandan to the world out there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah? Real talk. You see South America. Here is where Columbus went. Yeah? Where you see on top there, there is Haiti, Cuba, Jamaica, and those places. Map of South America. You see Brazil, how big Brazil is. And I lived on top of Brazil, northern Brazil there. You see? And this Brazil, this is the biggest African society outside of continent Africa. There is 100 million Africans, pure blood. 20 years ago was still here in Brazil. They even took Africans from America and brought them to Africa continent. Yes, Sierra Leone and Liberia, those places. Okay. You see here, I've shown this part yesterday, so I'm showing you this part. So these people who think I'm gonna go to a Jamaican, Chinese are even Jamaican, Japanese Jamaican. So you are not saying anything. That's the real talk. Move on. Yeah, you see here, South America, North America. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed people are totally different continent, not even similar continent. How could they ever be my bloodline? Making Maroon movie, and now they are toddlers and they think they are faking it. Yeah, now we're gonna make a fake Maroon movie. No, you're ridiculing your own history. After real investigation will come for you to get any reparation, they will say, no man, all these things are made up lies, and you won't be able to get anything ever. Because once they discover that you've been lying about this one thing, how many things have you been lying about? That's all your videos right now, FBA. You're pushing it. You think you're doing anything. No, you've destroyed the legacy of your ancestors forever. Because outside here, Black American is now known as the KKK and a liar. A toddler level thinking people who cannot accept their ancestrally happening and history. Making up stories. We are Maroon too, man. Since when did Maroons live in swamp? These people are dumb. Maroons living in swamp? Yeah, it tells me the level that you are really the colonizer. Because that's the same thinking they have. You see that? And even some discolonized continental African is the same like Sanu. African cannot build anything. No, Sanu, you cannot build anything because your bloodline is nothing. Say that in your video. Do not come and compare my race with your people because we are not the same. You sold your people. If you sold them, go and find them somewhere where they are. You hear that, Sanu? Don't come on out here like you speak on behalf of my people. It's a phenotype. You are a colonized city African from the continent. Just like you have city Negro there, you have city Africans, just like I was saying. Yeah, those Africans who don't know culture in Lagos, living in Lagos maybe, or Accra, just under a bridge and just living this street life. I'm from the street, man. Those people have no culture. Many of the so-called Jamaicans and continental Africans are those people. And these Negroes think they're gonna take them and, yeah, I'm here with the Jamaican. Some will find that. No, they have no culture because I have real culture and real God from beginning of time. Their culture tells is nothing to me. Real is nothing to me. Do you think my people sitting around saying, we have to go to Africa? No. We are African there in the jungle. Just like the Igbo of Yoruba or the Kikuyu. That's how I'm Okano. Yeah, with shrine and gods and everything from beginning of time. Not made up history like colonized continental African or enslaved North Americans, broken buffalo soldiers. Yeah, foundationally buffalo soldiers of America. Go look them up, the black hunters. They were selling slaves in America. This continental African is saying they were doing the same thing. So yeah, birds of a feather, they flock together. Real talk. Me, I'm making videos about phenotypically Africans. Has nothing to do with any Pan-Africanism or whatever. I live my life. I was never enslaved. You stupid one. If you cannot accept it, move on. These people are dumb, man. You wanna come here and tell me my history when you were colonized? You're just free for 50 years from slavery. These black Americans was in slavery in 1966, marching Jim Crow. And you wanna come and give history lesson? I've been living in the jungle for 500 years at least. You dumb one. Move on with these Negroes, man. These people, because they are looking for people who they can misuse and come, they are looking for someone they can have beneath them, because the Caucasian did all these things with them, with colonization and slavery. Now all these Negroes and so-called Africans going around looking for someone they can misuse to show the colonizer that they are able to do anything. No, go talk to the colonizer. The Afrikaner is a European, the Amerikaner is a European. Go talk to them. Tell them not to use that. If you are a real African, tell the Afrikaner not to use the name Afrikaner. If you are a real man, until then, shut up. Real talk, man. See? Oh, I've shown this part yesterday also. See? Noir, maroon. You see the difference there? You see the difference? Maroon and Afro-Brazilian, Afro-Colombians. You see? Genetically noir, maroon, French Guyana and Suriname. See the difference? This is what I mean. Is it me saying things that we are Africans? No, this is the Caucasian writing things. They look like West Africans. They ran away from the plantation. That's them saying it. If one Negro ran away from a plantation right now to my house, does it mean everybody in my house ran away from the plantation? No, that Negro ran away from your plantation. Go and find him. Your people was taken or sold into slavery. Go and find them. It doesn't mean that everybody that is now in America is part of your people. Maybe they are Kikuyu. Do you know if Kikuyu was taken into slavery to America? No, I am. That is the scammer in you doing that. When you have no culture, you do these things. You are a city African from the continent. You are not from the village. Otherwise, you would have character. That's why I'm saying that you have no God. You just like these FBA black Americans. That's why they tell them they have no culture. Yeah, because they are not cultivated. They have no value system of life. If you are cultivated in the city Lagos, in Nigeria, you will not have culture. Your culture will be MTV and a colonizer culture. That's what we're saying when we say you have no culture. You do not have ancestral values. You do not know the God of your ancestors. And when they come, yeah, but that one comes from the Caucasian. Exactly, you respond like that because you don't have culture. You just came from slavery colonization 50 years ago. This slave from North America, Bob Broken there, was marching in 1966 to become free. But you out here talking fuckery. I was 500 years free in the jungle. Go and talk to the Caucasian about your problems, man. The Caucasian said, yeah. The same one you said was the devil is now your advisor. The same one they said was the devil is their advisor and their father. Just like this Israelite claiming that they are Israelite, but the Caucasian you claim to be the devil is your father from the plantation. How stupid are these people? See, I've shown this part yesterday. See? Yes, African phenotypes are highly visible and prevalent across South America and Suriname. However, because phenotype means the physical manifestations of someone's genes. Physical traits in South America are deeply tied to the specific historical journeys of enslaved Africans, leading to a spectrum of ranging from unadmixed West Central Africans traits. What is here? Unadmixed. What? Unadmixed, non-mixed Africans living in the jungle. These other ones are mixed ones are called Afro. Why I'm saying I'm not Afro, because where I come from, an Afro is considered to be someone that is mixed. Zwarte Piet is Afro, because they don't know your lineage. They will call you black. They don't know what you are. I'm Okano, that's it. I don't have to be Afro or even African. I don't have to say I'm African. When they say African about my people is when they describe them, what we look like phenotypically. But I'm Okano, that's my ethnicity. Just like Yoruba or Igbo from beginning of time. Yeah, I was not in slavery, you was. You was coming into the jungle fighting against my people, my race there, and whomever was selling people on the continent. Go, you all need to bunch together. Don't come and bother me here. I was really in the jungle for 500 years in South America. Yeah, you see here? Unmixed, these other mixed people are considered to be Afro. That's why I was saying Afro think tank is mixed, because he knows it. That's why he names himself Afro think tank. Nigga? Afro is considered to be mixed in South America, where we come from. Yeah, you see here the Guyanas, the maroon phenomenon. See? See, the Maroon tribes, around 21.7% of Suriname population consists of Maroon, 1/5, you see, such as the Saramaka, and Duka, and Aluku. You see that when I say Saramakanos are not my race, it's real. Here they are a different tribe. I am Nduka, just like you have Ndika in Nigeria. You have Ndika over there. You see, Aluku, these Aluku, these are runaway slaves. When there's bony Negro, these are considered to be bony Negro like ebony and slave and ivory from North America. Many of these Aluku are those people. Many of them have Dutch name. Many of these Saramakanos have Dutch name. My people don't. And Juka people don't. When you see that, they will tell you that those are the runaways from later, because the slavery was 300 years. So I could be in the jungle for 200 years and somebody would run away from the plantation and come there. It doesn't mean they have become my people. If I was already there 200 years and you come there and 50 years, just like this coolies coming from India today. I've been in Suriname at least 500 years. Now they bring coolie there 100 years ago. Are they my people? No. Did they know my history? No. They were brought there by the Caucasian. The history these coolies Hindu speak about is just made up histories for their own benefit. Yeah. No one will come out here and represent me. Never. Your God is not even accepted or acknowledged by my people. We do not acknowledge anybody's God. None of them. The stupid one. Real talk. So let's move on with this. Because I had, you see here, you can even go and read this book. See, I've shown this one yesterday also. You see here, even the French and German people have their nationality and then ethnicity within there. See that? So when I speak about on these things, do not come here and think about I'm speaking about. You see, yes, this one was the Afar, but they live in Ethiopia today. The one uh, the name come from is the AFRI. I will show it in a minute. And this is what I mean when I say indigenous people I know are Africans. And these dumbos from America and Suriname, no, I am indigenous. No, if African are the indigenous people of this planet, the indigenous people could not be replaced. Because Africans were the one who were called indigenous to my knowledge. All these things in names and indigenous is everyone is indigenous all of a sudden. Then tell us how you created all these different races on the planet. If they come from this North American Indian. How did the North American Indian or Caucasian create all these people physically? If they were the first people created, because the Akan is saying they are the first people, Yoruba is saying they are the first people. And even within the Akan is with 17 tribes. Those tribes are forced together. Those tribes were never together. The Ajentra had the Ashanti in slavery. And then they had the war and the Ashanti won, and then the Ashanti started to create empire to like enslave. When they say enslavement in Africa is more like a tax system. They govern you. They tell you what if you find gold, you have to bring a certain portion of the gold to the so-called king of the Ashanti. That is more the slavery that was there. Payment. Hey, you caught 10 fish. You have to give the 5 fish to the king. That's your enslavement more. It was like payment, controlling you. That was more the enslavement over there. And then it became working for it's because it's really working and handing it over a portion to the king of the Ashantis or Adintra. And it became you will work and you will get nothing. Everything will go to the colonizer. You see that? In Africa, you would work if you was colonized or enslaved by a different tribe, and they would take half of your business. If you catch fish or your plantation, you have yams, you have to bring half of it to the king. But in slavery in South America and America, you would get nothing. You would work for free. That's what, and you would be beaten and all those stuff. But anyways, man. But these are all different phenotypes in Africa. Which one is the real one? That's my point. If you're not up to something no good, you will not come out here saying, I'm supposed to be your boss, man. All this Israelite thing started like, yeah, we're coming here to announce the word of God. At the end, it was, yeah, you're supposed to be listening to us because I'm the real Judah, not this lion of Judah in Jamaica. It's not the real one. It's supposed to be us, man. We came with the hip hop, man. We taught you how to walk. The black people built the pyramid. It was 250 years ago. North American blacks, man. It's us, man. Yeah. If you're speaking, walking on the street, do you know you got that from FBA? What is FBA? Foundationally Bob Broken American, you mean? Or Butthurt American? You see here, this is all different phenotypes. Which one is the real one? See that? Yeah, I shown this yesterday. This Ungobesi is with the Bush. So you see, it's state sponsored. Just like Tariq Nasheed is state sponsored Black MAGA. In South Africa is these guys they think who was giving the Ungobesi money to kick out all these other so-called black Africans. Just like in Suriname, what I was saying. In North America, everywhere is the same. Yeah, those people who are coming to tell you, you see, it's the Caucasian is after me. No, they are working for the Caucasian. It's the same way this black hunter would come into the jungle where I live. They would act like they escaped from the plantation, run into the jungle, and then tell the tell you, listen, I escaped from the plantation. You would turn around and then find this Caucasian with soldiers there, bringing you to the plantation where they came from. And you see here, AFRI Forum. And these AFRI people are black people. Do you see any Ghanaian and Nigerian who are coming here saying, I'm the big brother? Did they go to these people already to tell them they are not the AFRI Forum or the Afrikaners? No, they don't. Just like Native Americans don't go to Donald Trump to tell them that they are the real Amerikaners. See that? They always try to find someone they think they can be on top, but you won't find it here. You're not my brother, you're not my blood. I don't feel you as anything. Move on. I live my life. Alright, there's the real talk. Let's move on, man. Oh yeah, that's the Omar Johnson focus. Oh yeah, see, Chinese Jamaican, man. Yes, Jewish Pirates of the Caribbean, part of Amsterdam. Stolen legacy. These people is just like the Israelites, what I was saying. They will say they are the real Israelite and then steal the attire of the so-called Jewish people. No, come with your original one since it's your history. Just like these so-called fake Native Americans, black Americans there. We are the real Native Americans of North America and then steal the attire of the Mongolite, so-called Siberian Native American. Where is your original one? If you have no language, original ancient language from beginning of time, you are not Maroon and you are not African. Oh, shit. See? See here, these guys, they are looking for approval of the Caucasian again. See, Ghana police officer that arrested Nigerian criminals got international offers. So it's always the same thing. They need to get a pat on the back. That's why I live in the jungle. And when I say I live in the jungle, you have stupid, even Africans who think they're gonna come here and say anything. As I speak, I live in Europe. A jungle is just a open-grown city. A city is a cut open jungle. You have no thinking skill. These people just got free from slavery and colonization 50 years ago. You think you're gonna come out here and teach people who were free for 500 years? That's why it's hard for you to believe that I was free for 500 years in the jungle of South America. Because you are a loser, think you're gonna find someone to come and tell anything so that you could get no, not here. Never you could mean anything over here. Move on, man. Real talk. Alright. We are phenotypically African. I'm not from your place. Stupid word. The foundational black Americans registered. Shown this yesterday also. Let's take it here. Urges Caribbean nation to shut down golden passport programs or face travel restrictions. Oh yeah, this is about Africans going. There is now an airlines going to from Africa mainland to Caribbean. So you can go straight from Africa now to Caribbean and you can buy a passport for 200,000 for citizenship or whatever, 300,000. But the European Union, the colonizers say it needs to stop immediately because Africans are not allowed in America. There's something these stupid people cannot understand. The name African was not allowed to be used in America for 500 or 1,000 years. They were eradicating anybody who said if you identified as African, you was eradicated immediately. And these people want to come from the continent like it was about you. No, it's phenotype. Yeah, while you was on the continent, the Africans they were killing in America was my people in the jungle, not you. You sold your own people, you saying. What I know was a 200-year war against the colonizer. These Ghanaian and Nigerians were fighting there along the coast. If they captured you, you got sold. Because the Ashantis were enslaving the people. Not enslaving, it was an empire. Like, hey, listen, just like this Pan-Africanism. You're gonna be part of Pan-Africanism, otherwise we conquering your people. That is what Ashanti was doing. And the Agentra was doing even to the Ashantis. You're gonna work with us, otherwise we conquering your people. That's what they were doing. We need to all become one people. That is what Ashanti was doing. That's why when I say, when many Ghanaian will come and say we are one people, like in Akan there is 17 tribes. Those tribes were forced together. They don't have the same bloodline, the same lineage, not the same habits, not even the same gods. I know. They don't have the same god. Go to Nigerian and tell the Igbo to go to the god of the Yoruba. If they will go, they will tell you, no man, we have our own god here. Only people with no culture will go to a strange god because it's symbolic. Just like the five presenters, we are the gods, man. And that's why these black Americans thinking it's symbolic. That's why I say they respond just like the Caucasian. Because the Caucasian thinks the thing that my people are doing in this South American jungle, that is symbolic. Yeah, is superstition. They are venerating the sun. Yes, check how he looks to the moon. Yes, and now he's gonna walk there. He's talking with to the animal in a spiritual way. Yes, I'm a psychologist, but I'm also spiritual. Okay, this guy Jabari said Jesus story is a myth. All this and horror story is mythological, but everybody is Jesus. So everybody is really a myth. One other stupid one there said, we can all reach the level of Jesus. Why do you want to reach the level of Jesus if Jesus is already Jesus? Just be you and don't commit evil. Is that not enough for you? That's what I mean. I have to become like Jesus. Why? Why can't you be you and not commit crimes? We all are Jesus, man. I didn't know that. I thought Jesus was a title. So all these people are the same. Let's work together. What they mean is let's come together so I can get close and tell you that I'm supposed to be ruling you and that all your stuff is mine. And then when you disagree, they will make trouble with you and then go away with your stuff and kick you out. Just like Tariq Nasheed is saying now that the Haitians stole his history. When he stole the Haitian 1804 movie, but I like it. Because when I was making movie about it, Haitians were defending him. No man, these black Americans are my brothers still. No, fine. Nigga, real talk. So whatever they doing to continental African or Haitian, I don't care, man. Because the same Haitians and the same continental Africans are defending these black Americans because they think they can benefit from it. So be that. Don't come and bother me because I'm Okano Maroon, real one. Not fake one from Plantation. I'm not from Plantation. Yeah. If you watch my video, you will see immediately that the government is even trying to stop my videos because I defeated them, not you. When you was enslaved on the continent, colonized, I was in freedom for 500 years in the Amazon jungle. Not in 1804. What I'm talking about is up in 13th, 14th century. Real Columbus Day. I'm not from no army of colonizer and then rebellion and then escape. That's your history. Don't come and compare yourself to me. Never. You could never be the same race. Yeah, where I come from, we do not acknowledge this race-based things of this Caucasian black race. Black is just a color where I come from. Yeah, you are Okano, that's my race because that's my blood. We work with bloodline. If you're not my blood, that's why this FBA lineage, they all have the same bloodline, the same blood. Otherwise, I don't understand how they could ever be a lineage. But when you have no language, you're stupid. That's what's gonna happen. You see, this is Caribbean. I'm not from there. You see, Curacao there even. Curacao is on top. I'm closer to Curacao, where you see Curacao, Trinidad is closer to me, Barbados. But you see there, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Cuba. You see, they are more closer to Florida. See, Haiti, the distance between Haiti and Florida, Cuba and Florida, Bahamas and Florida. And when I tell these people, no man, these places you claim is not yours, it's of the South Americans. No, no, no. Nigga, Florida is of these Jamaicans there. If they want, they can claim it. Not even want to claim it, but whatever, man. Oh yeah, the secret letter why Europe wants to. Yeah, but Africans are not even allowed to print their own money. And you want to speak about Big Brother? Africans on the continent are not even allowed to print their own money. Nigga, you are all Umar Johnson. It's just like Umar cannot take care of his daughter, but he's lecturing people. Only a fucking fool will listen to a fool. Because birds of a feather flock together. Continental Africans cannot even print their own money, but you want to lecture people? You are free from colonization, but you're not allowed to print your own money because the colonizer is telling you not to. Maybe stupid people where you come from believe these things, but over here we have brain cells. Real talk. See? I like this one. See, this Arab is saying now that he's the African. Bam. See, first is what the colonizer saying he's the Afrikaner. Now the Arab is saying, listen, you said you're not African, right? Because it's a phenotype. That's why I was saying it's best if you kept the phenotype because it was always a phenotype. That's why the Caucasian came to American jungle, South America, and said, hey, these people look like West Africans. You see that? And now this Arab is saying he is the African because he's from Egypt and he's mixed African. Now he is black. I like it. Take it all. That's why I was saying, see, this guy is saying he's a proud African. Do you see any continental African going to him and saying, I'm your big brother, man? Do you see that? Do you see any Pan-African going to this guy and saying anything to this Arab? You see how cowardice these people are. That's why I say they are cowards. Only to my video here, they will think, yeah, man, and they get the fuck on. We could never be the same people, boy. You are cowards. Real talk. It's not a joke. If you had culture, you would know why it's real talk. This Arab is saying he is the African. Did you see anybody go to him? This guy saying, I'm the big brother of African. Or where is big brother right now to go to this Arab and tell him what the deal is? Where is the big brother to go and tell the Caucasian Afrikaner that he's not Afrikaner? That is what big brother would do. And go and pay those people who claim that you sold them into slavery. Because you are big brother, you got the money, pay those people who said that you sold them into slavery. When you want to come out here and talk fuckery, because these guys, they have old face and they think they have more age than I do. Nigga, your face is just ugly and old. You are not older than I am. I'm maybe even older than your father. Yes, it's your genetics and mine are not the same. Well, you see Tariq Nasheed's face. Check Tariq Nasheed's face. You see that? And this Arab, yeah, you was not African. This Arab is more African than you are. Remember when Dookie Jackson was saying, nothing about me is African. Well, this Arab is African. So all the pyramids that were built in Egypt is his. Yeah, right? Real talk. I'm gonna show a few videos and then I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's see which one that I have here. Oh yeah, the one about what the Native Americans is. Oh yeah, sugarcane Negroes. What I was speaking about that. The people who when they were saying, "I'm the big brother," nigga, these people had to go and work on sugarcane plantation in Jamaica and Suriname, and Balata, and a rubber plantation. When they say field Negroes, those are the Negroes they mean. Not these chitlin eating bog broken Americans. Those are soldiers of the colonizer. The phrase relates to the historical forced labor of enslaved African people and later wage laborers in Caribbean and colonial sugarcane plantation. Historical record arts from 18th and 19th centuries and modern documentaries document these arduous Plantation conditions. So you see here that not plantation, the sugarcane Negro. See? When this guy was saying, with the field Negro told the kitchen Negro, let's split, let's break away. Where is there a better place than here? The sugarcane Negro was telling the kitchen Negro, let's break away. The Malcolm X story, what he was saying. The field Negro was saying, that's the sugarcane Negro. Let's break away. Eh? And the Tariq Nasheed chitlin eating Negro who claimed to be 30% Caucasian would say, where is there a better place than here? Masa, look who want Juka. He wants to escape. In Suriname, that's what they would say. When these people from the plantation would see my people in the jungle, they would identify my people with them. Just like these West Africans, for example, doing like, hey, you look African. There's the same way these people from plantation would see my people in the jungle and say, because they are on the Jewish savannah and they were called Jukaka, Jewish, whatever, and they would identify my people, look one Juka, basi, look one Juka, and they didn't want to get off this plantation, many of them. When you tell these people these stories, they think it's a joke. Many of these plantation Negro did not want to leave the Caucasian plantation. They would call the Caucasian on you like, look, one of them in the jungle there. That is how this story came that Maroon ran away from plantation, because we look similar. It's not because it's a true story, stupid one. Yeah, when you speak on your history, your God is a fucking fool if you wanna come here and tell me anything. Then I will bring it there and ridicule even your God, cause your God is nothing. Yeah, when you wanna bring it on Phyllis, real, coming here like you are real African, then we will have to see who is who. Nigga, real talk. I'm not one of these people of your bug brokenness there in North America. We got the roots, man. Yeah, we got the root works, man, and the hoodoo, man. Yeah, man. Is this the juju, man? You think I'm one of those people? Okay. See, Native Americans. Who is a Native American? I asked the AI this thing. See? Native Americans, first peoples, indigenous tribes lived across the Americas thousands of years before European settlers arrived. See, now it's thousands of years. It was 10,000. First Columbus came there, nobody was there. Then he came there was a few people there who were dark skinned and looked like West Indian coolies. And then they were wiped out. And all of a sudden, they came back, and this Saramacano people was telling a story that they were helped to escape plantation. That's why the people who escape plantation, they are there, they are called Saramaka. They are not my race. Totally not. Those people have Dutch name. My name is Njale. Do you see anybody with Njale is a name of Ghana? You might find it Senegal. Anyways, on the mainland you might find it. Alright. You see here, and it was many of this is tribal identity. Many indigenous people prefer to use their specific tribal names. See, Lakota, just like I'm saying, I'm Okano. You see that? People who have history will not come out and say, I am indigenous. Or that. This is anybody can become indigenous and say, I'm indigenous. Can you become an Lakota? If you say you are Lakota, you must display the heritage, the food, just like these stupid people think you're gonna make Maroon movie. If you make a Maroon, tell us the food they was eating from Africa. Tell us the God's name. If you have no God's name from beginning of time, we don't speak about plantation stuff. Stop it. Because we will curse you real. Yeah? If you bring this thing here, you think you're gonna come here, I'm gonna speak it. You will be cursed. We don't play no games here with stupid people who think they're gonna make money on my people name. Are you dumb? Make money on your own race name. Make video about your own people. These people, you're 10% Nigerian and now you're making African movie. Are you stupid? Because you're 10% Nigerian, you are now licensed to come out here and make African movies. If you wanna make your African movie, make it. but not because you are 10% Nigerian or 10% Ghanaian. It's just because you wanna do it, then do it. Don't speak on other people's race and other people's house. Speak on your own house. These people have no culture, man. When you do these things, it tells me that you have no culture. What is your indigenous language? Every Maroon have indigenous language, otherwise they are not Maroon. You dumb one. These people are going on, they are ridiculous. They have no character, trying to steal everybody's identity. I am Maroon too, man. I am the Black Egyptian, man. I am the Fiji Islanders, man. I am the Native American. Get the fuck out. You stupid one. You are a slave. Accept it and move on. You see here? The American census identity. Old colonials took millions of people in regions like Appalachia, write Americans as their ancestry of on the US Census. Okay, this is the US Census. So the Caucasian American is saying they are Native Americans. Just like the Afrikaner story, they are the Amerikaner because they consider themselves to be an they are that is ridiculous. It's just the colonizers saying they are. Here, civic definition. National law, US law defines an American by citizenship, not by race, ethnicity, or how long a family has lived there. Boom. All these Africans that are now in the United States are Native Americans. You see what I was saying? When you come out here, I am Native American, I'm Native African, I'm Native. Native to the Caucasian simply means that you are born there, that it's your nationality. It means nothing to them. That's why I was saying they have no culture. It's only in the head of you so-called continental Africans I've seen and these black Americans. That's why I understand now that we are not the same race. Totally not. Your idea about the colonizer and mine are totally different. From mine to the colonized Africans from the continent and these broken Americans. That's why they fit together. All these things Tariq Nasheed is doing now to these Africans. There, man, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Because they like it. Tariq Nasheed is doing all these things and still this continental African is saying, he's still my brother. Oh, okay, fine. Then I know you are not my brother because you are a coward. That's why you respond like that. You think you can benefit from being friends with somebody who is trying to put you down because you are the same way like you said you sold people into slavery. Well, I didn't know that. To me, it was a war and people who got captured were sold to Caucasian or Arabs. That's the story I know. But since you have admitted that, yes, you sold these people, well, then you are cursed. Where I come from, that is my God system. If you hurt innocent people, you are cursed. So therefore, you who sold people on the continent, there is also cursed. So how could you ever become the same people like I am? Because I'm not cursed, you did it to my people. We have culture. That's why we don't do those things. If we would be the same people, it would be possible for me to sell people into slavery, and it would never happen. Those people who sold Joseph into slavery in the Bible are devil disguised as his brother. They are not his brother. Did they sell themselves? No, because they did not view Joseph as themselves. If you don't view me as yourself, you have your different goal, you're fighting for a different goal. How are we the same? Because a race is a competition in that sense. And you think you're gonna come on YouTube here making videos fighting my people, telling I sold people, and then you are not my race if you sold people because you are cursed. That is my God, real one. Yeah, if you are really from the village and you was not a colonized people on the continent, you would understand what I'm saying. That if you go to the Yoruba and you tell the Yoruba, let's go to the Igbo shrine, they will tell you, are you stupid? This is different God, it's not my God. If you go to the Kikuyu and you tell the Kikuyu, let's go to the Wolof shrine, they will tell you, are you stupid? Don't you know that Kikuyu have their own God? When you have no culture, man, shut up. Go and scam people over there. Many of you are city Africans from Lagos or from Accra or where you come from. Do not think you're gonna come to me like you go to this black American who have no culture. I do not think anything about nothing. Real. Anything you have in your village there on the continent, I have it there in South America, on my continent. Real talk, nigga. You see, so this Native American thing, and this colonizer is saying they are the Native American now. Do you see anybody protesting this? Of course not, because they are cowards, man. And this is the Afrikaners, you see? Who are Afrikaners the real Africans? I asked Google. See, Afrikaners are a distinct Southern African ethnic group of European descent. What? Afrikaners are a distinct Southern African ethnic group of European descent. Sure. But whether they are considered real or indigenous Africans depends. You see that? So they are indigenous Africans now. You're Afrikaners. When are these big brothers from the continent gonna make a video to tell these Afrikaners that they are not indigenous? But you was here trying to tell me in comment section there, I am the real African man. I'm from the continent, man. I'm from the continent. Are you Afri? The Afri people, I will show you the Afri people. That is not you. You're not even the real Africans in the sense that you think. Africans are Berbers from North Africa. There are Moroccan people from North Africa. I will show you in a minute, you stupid one. You're not even real African. And check here, the Afrikaner is saying he is the indigenous African. See? Citizenship Africans are born and live in Africa, primarily South Africa and Namibia. Language and culture, they speak Afrikaans. Do you speak Afrikaans and Nigerian? I thought you was the African, so why don't you speak Afrikaans? Do you speak Afrikaan and Congolese? I thought Congolese people were the real Africans. Why don't you speak Afrikaans? You stupid one. This is the same way it happened in America there with my people. I was telling you, a dumb one. These people will come there, steal your name, and then say, and there was nobody there. I like it. What I'm showing you here is your future. What you're seeing here is the future of the African and the so-called black American. All these people in Suriname, that is their future. All these Indian coolies from India, that is their future. Nigga, you stupid. I told you the indigenous African is the Caucasian of Europe, it's not you. It's on paper. If you go into law right now and these African, European, Dutch people say Africa is mine, they will get it from the judge. You will not. You cannot prove that you are African. You are Nigerian or a slave or colonized people from 50 years ago. You don't exist. You dumb one. Yes, you don't exist. You got independence 50 years ago or 60 years ago. Ghana got independent and Nigeria and those places. To the Caucasian law system, you don't exist. You are a slave, just like this black American. That's why they can do this. You dumbo. You cannot print your, you cannot even print your own money. You're not allowed to. Just think about that. These continental so-called Africans say they are the real, let me not say they say, because it's a few of them, the colonized ones, who say they are the big brother. You are the big brother. Well, this Afrikaner Caucasian is saying he is the indigenous African, just like he was saying here that they are the indigenous American. It's the same thing, yes. Do you see Native Americans fighting them? No, but if I say this, well, I live in the jungle. I was there before this European Caucasian in the American jungle, South America. And yet everybody wants to come and fight me, but you think you will get justice? That you and I are the same? Are you stupid? You are really dumb if you think your race and my race are the same. You're really backwards and beyond Kakabe, kaka, stom, achterlijk. You stupid. These are the things I know. You don't. You are not African if you go to court. Is the Afrikaner is African. They are the indigenous African. The Caucasian here is the indigenous American. They are the indigenous Australian. If Caucasian don't live in your land, in your country is not considered to be a country. It's not acknowledged. Go and ask them. That's why my people are not acknowledged because Caucasian and Negroes from plantation are not allowed in my territory. They have to stay 10 hours away from the Treaty of 1760. Yes, that's why they don't consider my people even to live. That's why I don't acknowledge them. They don't acknowledge my people. We don't acknowledge them because it's fake. Your Native Americans is not real. It's an Indian for. It's not real. African is a phenotype. It's the way the people look. Yeah. An African could be a Native American. So what? That's what I'm showing you here. That the Caucasian can get up anytime and say, "I am the Native American." Is there a phenotype for Native American? No. You see that? There is no Native American phenotype. There is no Jewish phenotype. That's why they can come out and say, we are the Israeli from the Bible. Because there is no phenotype. If you have a phenotype what the Africoid, Negroid looks like, then Elon Musk could never become an African because he doesn't look like them. But the moment it becomes a nationality, a belief like a Jewish religion, that's why they made Jewishness into religion. You see? Or a nationality. If Israelite is a nationality, you have Chinese Israelites, Japanese Israelite, Caucasian Israelite. And what is going to happen is the Caucasian Israelite is going to say, I am the head of all Israelites. I am the real Israelite. Just like here, I am the real American. Not you, I am the native indigenous American. I am the Afrikaner, not you. Yeah? And these same people so-called who are making videos here on internet will come and tell me that they are the real African, but the Caucasian who is pressing you there, killing you in your own country on the continent, to him you dare not say anything. How are you my race? Never could be when you come out here and thinking, oh, this guy think he's no. Your thinking is not my thinking. You have two hands like Michael Jordan. Can you play basketball like Michael Jordan? Because you can eat with your hand. You can grab something with your hand just like Michael Jordan. But can you play basketball with your hands like Michael Jordan? No. Can you play soccer like Messi with your legs? Though you can walk like Messi with your legs? No, you can't. Your thinking is not my thinking. Your home is not my home. That's why when you go to the city, you go back to your own home. You don't come back to my home because you know the rules of your home. I don't know the rules in your home, nor I do want to know them. Real talk. When you come out here thinking, you're so indigeneity and history, ancestry, their lineage traces back to Dutch, German, and French, just like the Israeli. Just like the Israeli today. Is it not the same people, Dutch, German, and French, who are there saying Gaza is theirs? And when you tell this stupid continental African, like, no man, my people were there before the Caucasian came there in South America. Oh, how could that be? Africans could not build boats. What? Yeah, man. Oh, didn't you hear about Mali Empire, Ghana Empire, all this? What do you think an empire is? So they don't know language, and then you have to think, oh, they were colonized till 50 years ago. These people were enslaved. Because colonization is just enslavement of your brain. So your brain doesn't no longer function. It functions according to what the colonizer wants you to think. You see? So you are not Africans. Yeah? The Afrikaner is indigenous African is the European. They are Dutch. And I have Dutch nationality. I was born with Dutch nationality. Yes. I was born Dutchman in the jungle there. But I don't use Dutchman, I use Nederlander, more like nationality, because Dutchman is more ethnicity from the Hollander, Den Haag. Den Haag, Amsterdam, and Rotterdam. Those are really Hollander, their ethnicity. Those other ones you have Frisian, Frisian people, a different ethnicity. They all look the same, but it's different ethnicity. You have the Hunebeddenbouwers there in the east. In the south, you have Limburgers, Vlamingen. And then you have southwest, you have Zealanders. Those people you see now in New Zealand. They are Dutch people. And this African is telling me he is the real African. No, boy. The indigenous African is the European Dutchman. See? Indigeneity and history, ancestry. Their lineage traces back to Dutch, German, and French OKANO settlers who arrived at the Cape of Good Hope starting in 1652. When did I say they came to Suriname? 1685. You see that? I was already there, just like this South African was already there. Was the South African not already there when this Caucasian came there? Go and tell the South African that he was not there in 1652. I was there in Suriname jungle when this Dutch Caucasian came there. You stupid. That's why I'm saying I was not on their plantation. I don't speak their language. I don't eat their food. They see me as the enemy. Because they are invaders just like these people in Gaza. My people were there in the jungle 500 years just like these people in Gaza are being attacked. Yeah, by black hunters. These black hunters are these foundational broken Americans, buffalo soldiers. Real. Don't come and talk to me here. On the continent, it was many of you, Sanu. Maybe Sanu was selling people there on the continent. You wanna come out here like you represent any black people, so-called. If you represent black people, name their real name of the tribe you're representing. Don't come out here like you are a slave seller to many of us. We don't know that. Yeah, maybe you are Tariq Nasheed, because Tariq Nasheed, to me, his people are slave sellers called 5 civilized tribes. It's not a joke. They are black hunters. Yeah, so I'm going to show a few videos left of this guy. Malato was complaining they're starting their own nationalism now, Malato group or whatever. What was his name again? Malato activist or whatever. I've shown a video of him before, but I'm showing you this for those so-called FBA who claim to be 30% Caucasian. This guy is 50% Caucasian and he doesn't like it. He wants to have a distinction between mulatto mixed people and pure blood, or a mestizo, and what? Let him speak, and then let me find this video quick.
Africans need to stop claiming that they're FBA, Foundational Black Americans. You're not. You're RBA, Refurbishment Black Americans. That's who you guys are. Show some damn respect to Tariq Nasheed's disciples.
Okay, the whole everybody is mixed argument is such a bad faith argument because it's all.
So yeah, this is the guy I was talking about. This is the. He was also with this guy, this Ricardo, black Mexican guy. But anyway, man. Oh, not black Mexican, black Indian. Black Indian, some of them, they get black in the sun. When they get into the sun, they become dark. Just like many so-called Africans. You have Africans, if they stay out of the sun, they become light skin. If they go into the sun, they become dark skin. Those people exist also, man. But anyways, man, everybody is mixed is a bad faith argument. Yes, but it's also to steal the identity. Just like I was showing you this thing about the Afrikaner, is to steal the identity. We are all mixed, man. 10 years later, yeah, we have trouble now. I'm leaving. And then they will leave with your attributes. Yeah, let's join together. And when they leaving with your clothing and your label and everything. No, this is you supposed to be. No, man, I work on it together with you, man. Man, I ain't getting together with no devil. Are you stupid? Fool me once, shame on you, 'cause I don't know you. Fool me twice, it would be shame on me. If continental Africans really sold their people into slavery, why would you ever want to be family with them again for them to sell you again? If black Americans were killing my people in South American jungle there with buffalo soldier, black hunters, and the army of the colonizer, why would I want Negro from the plantation to ever be my family again to come and do the same thing again? Fool me once, shame on you, 'cause I don't know you, nigga. Fool me twice, it would be shame on me, 'cause I should have become smart from getting not even messed up with your fucked up stuff, man. It's fucker, and it's really fucker. Just say it. Because here on YouTube, many people don't want to say it, but it's really fuckery what they do. They confuse everybody. Everybody is mixed. What is this, man? We don't know, man. Nobody. It's just like, and what is the color of Jesus? Nobody knows, man. What? Yeah, man. We don't know, no? End of the day, they will make you a puppet, and this puppet will look like them. And when I mean them, any one of them, they all do the same thing. FBA is this bug broken group, and but it's the same like this Pan Africanism now. The Pan Africanism I used to see was just Pan Africanism is nothing new because Africans have been coming to Suriname for 50 years or so. Haitians have been coming there for yeah 50 or 60 years. We was not busy with it must be Pan Africanism. We gonna give it a name Pan Africanism and nigga, we have no time for it. We don't respect any of that. That is Caucasian colonizer talk. That's your world. Yeah. Me and my people, we don't participate in your world. I'm just making video on internet about phenotypically Africans. That's it. I'm not here claiming to come from a place called Africa. It's a people called AFRI people. Let me show it. I was gonna forget about it, man, because it was really about the AFRI people. Otherwise, it will be like it was really about the AFRI people. See, Afrikaners, Africa's right tribe. Just saying, man. Hey, big brother Africans, continentals, go and tell these people that you are the real African, because they say it's them. So just like the Americans. You see, Native Americans don't say anything. See, who counts as an Afrikaner? People are stupid. Here, are Africans the real Africans? These are Africans. Yeah. 100 years from now, this is exact the way it will be. Just like when you type in Jewish people, you see these Israelis from Germany and Dutch people there. Like in Argentina and Colombia and Suriname and all these places. Because you're too stupid to realize these things, man. African tribes that were the most taken to the Americas. You see that? These people were there. Yes. Does it mean that there were no people there? If you take these same people there today to America, does it mean that this bug broken American is not there or other Native American is not there? And you stupid, keep it in your home, man. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to identify like we are the same, because we could never be. You don't have the brain cells to come here and challenge anybody. Yeah, what you have is a specialty. A specialty is not intelligence. Understand that there's big difference there. So yeah, this is the Afri people, I think. Oh yeah, the name African. Yeah, so they came from the Afri. And let's find it. I have more of it here. Okay, let's see here. Did the name Africa really come from the Afri tribe? Yes, it comes from the Afri tribe. They are Amazi. See, because in my video I was saying the Afar. The Afar is in Ethiopia, but the African used to be called Ethiopian. And these Ethiopians, they look like North Africans. Because Sudan, Ethiopia is really Sudan, Egypt, and then you're already in Israel and in Africa. Yeah. See, did the name really come from the Afri tribe? These results, blah. Yes, the name Africa is widely believed. See, believed, not something that they know. It is what they think. You see that? These are the things I mean when I say in the story people were taken from Africa to America in slavery. It's believed. That's what I'm saying to you all this while in my videos. It's what they saying. It's not what we know. Even if you take people there, it does not mean people were not already there. If someone escaped from jail right now to my house, does it mean I'm not here in my house speaking? Or anybody now in my house ran away from jail because one guy ran into my house? That's your logical thinking. That you think is logical, I should say. Yes, the name Africa is widely believed to come from the Afri, an ancient local tribe, likely ancestors of the modern Berber people, see, who lived in North Africa near Carthage in modern-day Tunisia. Who are real Africans? Tunisians of today, but now they are mixed, just like the Brazilians are getting mixed. When I'm saying there were 100 million real Africans, pure blood in Brazil. You stupid one. Don't come and speak on anything like you think you're gonna challenge me. Go challenge the Afrikaner who is saying he is the real African if you got the balls. Go do that. Because these people, they only go around and think, oh, I'm gonna challenge this guy. Let me attack this guy and let me try to steal this guy. We are not the same. Totally not. I'm not with Pan-Africanism. Nothing. You stupid. Live your fucking life. If you cannot build up your life, get on, man. Stupid. You are not the real African. The real African, according to the Caucasian here, is these people in Tunisia, Afri tribe. Done. See that? When you was coming here talking fuckery? This is what I was saying. Because I kept afar people. Because I have studied in history. I have studied in music history, IT, network, all kind of stuff I have done here in the Netherlands. You stupid, I used to be a teacher in school. You dumb one. Yes, I used to be a real teacher in school. A IT school. You dumb one. And these people think because I come from the continent, yeah, you was colonized. You just got free 50 years ago. You was colonized and enslaved just like this broken American that doesn't know. Even here in the Netherlands, I'm here with Africans, right? From Congo, all these places, and Angola. They don't know their histories because they were colonized. These people the Africans who are here in the Netherlands, they came here because there was war in Congo and war in Angola. They lost everything. Many of them don't know their history. Many of them don't even know that there were people taken to America. Here in the Netherlands, when I was growing up like 30, 40 years ago, when I was growing up, Africans came here. They didn't know where I came from. When I was telling them, no, there were people taken to slave, black people live there. They don't even, many Africans until 10, 20 years ago did not even know that there is Africans in South America, a place called South America, Jamaica, with Africa. They didn't know that. That's why I'm saying here is just like it's written here. Yes, the name Africa is widely believed to. It is a belief, just like believed to be a Christian, is what they saying. Nigga is not what we know. At least I don't. Yes, the name Africa is widely believed to come from the Afri, an ancient tribe. That's why I was saying in many videos, man, even not according to this definition, but African is not a place. It's made into a place like these African people living there. Then the place become Africa. That's how these things work often. You see that? Roman conquest after Rome defeated Carthage in 146 BC. They named the surrounding area Africa. You see that? You see that because of the tribe who was living there. That's it. All this Ghanaian coming out, I'm the real African man. Nigerian, I'm the real African man. I'm the real Congolese African. And so what? The Afri people are Tunisian Moroccan people. You are supposed to be their father. or mixed with them, because these Moroccan and Tunisian people, they are mixed with these West African. West African people used to live in Mali there, in the Ghana Empire. The Ghana of today is a new Ghana. These people are stupid. When you tell even continental African, no, this Ghana you know now is a new Ghana. The old Ghana is where you have Timbuktu. Huh? It's not true. What? It's not true. My parents never told me there was a old Ghana and new Ghana. Oh, okay. Because your parents never told you it's not true. Did you see any? When did you ever see that African parents were teaching their children and history? Oh yeah, I should not say that because my grandfather used to do those things. Yeah, when we used to make fire at night, and my grandfather we would sit around. We had a so-called homemade with fire in the middle, and my grandfather would tell stories about. That's where you get these Anansi stories from. And in those days, because my grandfather was one of the first ones who bought television there where we lived in the in the 70s, when the first televisions came to Suriname. Because my grandfather owned many, he was an architect from. Let's not even speak on it. Because my grandfather was building things, and that's why when these Dumbo people come to, what did you build? I'm like anybody needs to come out and prove anything to them. Go to this Caucasian and tell them they are not the Afrikaners. Start there and tell them they are not the indigenous American, because they are the indigenous American. You are the only fools out here to think it's these Mongolite people, and these Mongolite people from Suriname think they are attacking my channel. Yeah, you from Africa, so what? The real indigenous American is this Hollander. You dumbo. Yeah, so you see, Afri, it comes from a people, yeah? When you come out here speaking. Yeah, let's listen to this Malato guy. I'm not gonna interfere too much because I'm already almost an hour and yeah, an hour and a half. Yeah, man. Almost 90 minutes I've been speaking, man. So let's listen to this guy here, man. So this is the Malato activist. Let's hear it.
Is used by. Okay, the whole everybody is mixed argument is such a bad faith argument because it's always used by monoracials to deny mixed race people, and especially mulattoes, their unique identity. You have to understand, there is all the difference in the world between having a lived experience, a shared, or I would even say living memory with your white or Hispanic or European relatives, as opposed to having distant European or Native American admixture that you have no connection to. There's no living memory there, okay? It's not the same. When a white person says, oh, I have 6% Native American in my DNA and I have 3% African in my DNA, so technically we're all mixed. No. Hold on. Just because that somehow, some way snuck into your bloodline several generations ago, so yeah, you might be genealogically mixed, that is not the same at all as having a living memory of being mixed, okay? For us, mulattoes, we've interacted with our white or Hispanic or European relatives. We know about their culture. We know that.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. What like this guy is like, listen, what will it's like when I say I'm maroon, these people think it's like an history. No, it's today. It's the way my people still live today. These dumb people living there, they think it's a joke. Making movie, we are maroon. No, nigga, it's not a joke. If you go to the United Nations, you will see my people named there. You dumb one. We are like people from antiquity, yes. We are the only Africans left outside of Africa phenotypically then. I'm speaking on, I'm not speaking, when I say African, it's not that people come from there or there. Before you get people jumping out, that's why this guy is coming out explaining this, like, listen, if your ancestors were mixed, it's not the same like I am half-blood today. I am mixed today. I am half blood today. My experience of life and yours are not the same. Your thinking is not my thinking. Your hand is not my hand. When you go to the city, you go back to your own home, not to my home. All this bug brokenness, we need to come together, man. Nigga, if I want to come together, I will phone a woman or get women and come together with those women, man. That's the real talk. Let's listen to this guy. So this guy, they are now with their own group. They are delineating from Tariq Nasheed. Right? Because he's doing this because of Tariq Nasheed bug broken group, saying that everybody is mixed and everybody is Afro. We are all one now. And this guy is like, no, nigga, I'm mulatto. Yeah, I'm 50-50. Your experience of life and mine is different. Let's
Okay,
hear
the
it.
whole everybody is mixed argument is such a bad faith argument because it's always used by monoracials to deny mixed race people, and especially mulattoes, their unique identity. You have to understand, there is all the difference in the world between having a lived experience, a shared, or I would even say living memory with your white or Hispanic or European relatives, as opposed to having distant European or Native American admixture that you have no connection to. There's no living memory there, okay? It's not the same. When a white person says, oh, I have 6% Native American in my DNA and I have 3% African in my DNA, so technically we're all mixed. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Just because that somehow, some way snuck into your bloodline several generations ago, so yeah, you might be genealogically mixed, that is not the same at all as having a living memory of being mixed, okay? For us, mulattoes, we've interacted with our white or Hispanic or European relatives. We know about their culture. We know that side of our family. We've interacted with them. They're our close relatives. We have a living memory with them. You have no living memory with your distant 6% Native American, distant 3% African DNA. You have no living memory associated with that. You never met those people. We actually know the people in our family who are, white or Hispanic or whatever. We know them. We have a living experience, a living memory with them. That's an actual mixed social experience. It's the same thing when African Americans say, we have, 20% or 18% European admixture, so technically we're all mixed. It's like, no, no. Just because it's somehow found a way into your bloodline, during the antebellum era, doesn't mean you have any living memory associated with those distant relatives, those distant ancestors.
Exactly. What FBA is living maroon life. I'm living maroon life today. The Bible you have there, I'm living that life every day. You stupid one. The book you're reading there, my people live that life exactly like it used to be. And I see this bishop go, I don't see that. Why would do they have to prove anything to you? We don't have to come out and prove anything if I'm real. You are the one out here making movies claiming things. We're claiming the pyramids, man. Yeah, those were black people. Everybody was saying it as phenotypically black people, not black Americans. Are you stupid? Since your people only exist for 250 years. Yeah. The statement that was made in one of my videos was that these Africans are on the planet for 7 million years. African phenotype is on the planet. Everybody wants to claim, yeah, be a king in your own house, be a prince in your own house, be a king to your own children, because you're not gonna get the chance to be anything over here. Nigga, that's the real talk. That's what this mulatto is saying. Like, man, be your own people. Why do you try to be mixed like he is? When is he gonna get the chance to be mixed and enjoy the mixed life? If you wanna claim mixed also. Do you understand that? When is he gonna enjoy his life being mixed? If Tariq Nasheed is claiming that he is mixed. Now if they need some mixed people to come somewhere on a party, Tariq Nasheed is gonna show up. Well, this guy is the really mixed one. That's what he's doing with this James Small, with this Maroon movie. We are Maroons also, and I see these crazy people, and no, nigga, don't. You don't know anything about Maroon life. Stop it. Real. Cause you will be cursed. Real talk. Yeah, stop it. You dumb one over there. You do not know my people. Stop it. Speak on your own stuff just like this mulatto is telling you. Do not force yourself on mulatto people. They want to live their life in freedom. If you have 20% Caucasian blood, does not mean that you have to come out here. I am mixed too, man. I have two hands too, man. You got this too, man. That is toddler level speech. We have no time for that. That's why you are a slave there. You dumb one. This guy is telling you the truth, man. He wants to be his own people. Real talk. Yeah, let's hear it, man. I'm gonna skip to the next.
All you've ever known is being black. Your parents both identified as black. You grew up in the black community with black culture around black people, mostly in many cases. That's not the same thing as actually having two lineages on your mom's side, one on your mom's side, one on your dad's side, of different races, and you're interacting with different types of people. It's not the same. So don't ever let these people try to say, well, we're all mixed, to deny you your identity. It is a bad faith gaslighting tactic. It's Mulatto Activist, and I'm out. What you mulattoes need to realize is that we have been Finlandized. And what that means is we have essentially been rendered subordinate. We are a subordinate class. And the term Finlandized comes from the Cold War era, where the country, Finland, was essentially being dominated and influenced by the Soviet Union, and so they didn't really have any independent foreign or domestic policy. It was all a mirage, it was a facade. But underneath everything that was happening on the surface, the Soviet Union was pulling the strings. So the idea that they had their own nation or their own political sovereignty was totally fake, because underneath all of it, it was a larger entity dictating to them their foreign policy and their domestic policy, and dictating to them their loyalties. So the idea of Finlandization refers to the situation that Finland was under during the Cold War. Mixed race people are in the exact same situation. We are told you can either just be an individual or you can fold yourself into one of your ancestral communities. But those are your only options. So monoracials are dictating to you what to do because it's in their best interest, not your best interest.
Exactly. Yeah, we all need to become Afro. These people who are saying we need to become Afro are from the plantation black hunters who are fighting against my race for 500 years. Now they want to escape that by coming. We are one to. So if you are killing people in the Amazon jungle and you are the same people as those people, you sound like the African from the continent who claimed that they were selling people. Who would want to be family with you? Those people are the one who think they can come out here and tell anybody anything. We do not acknowledge you, nigga. I do not acknowledge these black Americans. They are black hunters. They were fighting against my people in the Amazon jungle, buffalo soldiers from the plantation. Go and ask them. Look at the black hunters. This guy is telling you something similar. How will you come out here and tell him what to be? That is what is going on this day. No, you're supposed to be Pan-Africanist because you look black like us, man. Nigga, I'm living my life. I'm Maro from the jungle. No, there can be no Maro because I can read clearly here. Well, if you can read it, it states those same people who wrote those things about me wrote about you also. That your people are stupid and they know nothing. If we start there, you could not even come to a conclusion about me, because according to the same source, you are too stupid to come to any conclusion and build anything, even according to this Zanu and Tariq Nasheed. Yeah, real talk.
Refers to the situation that Finland was under during the Cold War. Mixed race people are in the exact same situation. We are told you can either just be an individual or you can fold yourself into one of your ancestral communities. But those are your only options. So monoracials are dictating to you what to do because it's in their best interest, not your best interest. So I want Wasians and Blasians and mulattoes and all mixed race people to stand up and form their own political communities. Otherwise, we will always be Finlandized and subservient to the political interests of monoracial groups. That is the reality of the situation we find ourselves in. I cannot put it in clearer terms. Nationalism is the only way forward. Mulatto nationalism, Wasian nationalism, Blasian nationalism even. Although you guys got to get your numbers up. But for the Wasians and the mulattoes, this is a realistic path forward. And we can set the tone, we can set the path forward for everybody else to come behind us. Take control of your own destiny.
Told you. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed. The people you claim disown you. Yeah, they reject you. You don't have the same lineage. That's why when you were saying your FBA is a lineage, do you have the same blood? Because that's a lineage. Oh yeah, you have no language. Just say. Let's skip to the next and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Because the white man says, look, until we figure out a way to get rid of these damn Africans in America, we're going to biracialize the entire stock. Because the white man says, look, until we figure out a way to get rid of these damn Africans in America, we're going to biracialize the entire stock. Because the white man says, look, until we figure out a way to get rid of these damn Africans in America, we're going to biracialize the entire stock.
And in Suriname is called opening your kleur, opening your color. Yeah, those people on the plantation, that's why when you go there, everybody is trying to become mixed because it's been there like 500 years like that. If you are African, it's forbidden. It's been like that for 1,000 years in South America. Don't know if you're stupid. In slave days, if you said you were African, they would decapitate you on the spot. You had to say you are a Negro. And now it's Afro. You see why I tell you no? Because I recognize all these same. Oh, now it's the same slavery stuff is back. Yeah, you have to be a Negro. You cannot be African. But you said I was African. You said I look like West African. No, you are a Negro now. Huh? Yes, you are a. No, I'm not Negro. I'm Okano. I have my ethnicity. Yeah. No, you have to become Afro. No, nigga. I'm Okano. Yeah. When I'm Okano, nobody can become me. Yeah, real talk. Because you need to display the culture and talk about my gods. Go and explain. Anything you see in my video is from my house. You have two hands like me does not mean that anything in my videos, if it looks like something that you know that it's yours also. Yeah, the fuck on, man. You got two hands like me, does it mean that my hands are your hands? Do you move away when I start walking? No, because my leg is my leg. My leg is carrying me. I need to take care of my leg because my leg is carrying me. Your leg is not carrying me. It's carrying you for your own goal. Nigga, real talk, man.
I don't know how in 2026 anybody still believes that systemic racism towards African Americans and minorities is a massive issue at all. And I only have 10 minutes because of TikTok and the time limit.
So these are some of the things that this guy will say, that some people will come and say, oh, you dislike your black side. Let's listen to it. Because he thinks that racism is not that bad. Many people will tell him, oh, it's because you are mixed. You see that? Just say, that's your word, nigga. That's why I'm saying, go and tell the Caucasian all your problems. The Caucasian did all these things. Don't come and make movies. Oh, we are the same, man. If you're not Pan-African, no, man. If I'm African, why do I need to become Pan-African? It's a phenotype, the way you look. The Caucasian said my people look like West Africans. It's not me saying it. It's the Afrikaner. Go and tell them. Because they say they are the indigenous Africans. Go and tell them. They say they are the indigenous Native Americans. I've shown it to you. Do you see Native Americans doing anything against it? No. But if I make those videos starring Nasheed and his boss, no, it's supposed to be me, man. So you are cowards. How could you ever be my race, boy? You black hunter, bug broken one. Correct? Foundationally black hunters of America will gonna step out here. We're supposed to be one, man. And then when you refuse, oh, I do not, I'm delineating. This, this, these black hunters, foundationally black hunters of America, came out saying Africans do not want to join us when they come over. These Jamaicans, they think they're something, man. We delineate. How can you delineate from something that does not acknowledge you? It's like telling, if I go and tell the Chinese, man, I'm delineating. The Chinese will say, man, you're not Chinese, man. Are you Chinese? How can you delineate from me if we're not the same people, man? It's just like this guy is saying. Just think about Tarig telling this guy, you are not no longer my people. That's what I mean. This guy will say, nigga, I'm mixed. You were never my people. That's what I'm saying with this whole city Negro maroon thing. People ran into the jungle. My people were living in the jungle there 500 years. These black hunters were coming from the plantation fighting against my people with these Native Americans, Tukayana people there fighting against my people. And then you're gonna come out, we are now all one. Yeah. So when is the time that you're gonna fight your people again? Why do you still have people around you if it was your own people that you was fighting and selling? These people think everybody is as stupid and non-comprehensional that they have no comprehension ability like they do. Hey, let's hear it. Man.
I don't know how in 2026 anybody still believes that systemic racism towards African Americans and minorities is a massive issue at all. And I only have 10 minutes because of TikTok and the time limit on this app to really go through everything, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. First off, let's just start with all the policies, all the institutional reforms, all the government agencies and programs that have been created since the 60s. The Fair Housing Act of 1968, which made racial discrimination in housing illegal. The Equal Opportunity Act of 1974, which made banks discriminating against somebody on the basis of race for credit loans illegal. Then there's the Community Reinvestment Act of 1977, which forced local banks to subject themselves to regulations by the federal government to ensure that they were providing enough mortgage lending, community development lending, and small business lending in a particular community, but specifically in LMIs, which is lower moderate income communities that were majority black. And if a bank failed to have a good enough rating, they could be subjected to a civil rights lawsuit. Then you have the Minority Development Business Agency, which was created by Richard Nixon in 1969, which was created with the explicit intent of helping minority business owners, and it still exists to this day. You also have federal set-asides for minority-owned businesses under the label of SDB, Small Disadvantaged Business Owners, and they use the term SDB to kind of mask what it really is to avoid legal liability, but it's basically for minorities. Then there's federal funding for HBCUs. You have the Federal Head Start program. All the policies from the War on Poverty, the Community Action Programs, Jobs Corps. There's also multiple local organizations that benefit from federal funding, and they are specialized in providing education to adults and jobs training to adults. But this disproportionately benefits Hispanics and African Americans. Then you have the Earned Income Tax Credit, which disproportionately benefits African Americans. And there's also multiple civil rights organizations to help African Americans. National Urban League, NAACP, and you also have the UNCF. And those are just the things that we've done since the 60s. I haven't even gotten to the 2020s yet. And since the 2020s, things have gotten crazy. Let's start with the SAT. It says here, Kawika Smith, who is black, got a 980 on practice tests and felt discouraged by his low score from applying to UC Berkeley. A judge in 2020 sided with the plaintiff and ordered the UC system to exclude test scores from consideration. A legal settlement extended test-blind admissions through 2025. Any attempt to bring back the SAT will have to contend with this litigation. So, in other words, the UC system got rid of the SAT from being considered in admissions because a black student felt discouraged from applying because they did poorly, right? But we're supposed to believe that all of society is trying to hold back African Americans. It's absolutely ludicrous. The entire UC system got rid of the SAT so that more African Americans could get into the UC system. Here's another good one. It says more than 30% of new board appointees at S&P 500 companies in 2021 were black, more than 30%. The Washington Post calculated in 2021 that America's 50 biggest companies had pledged $50 billion to racial equity causes since George Floyd's death, including $45 billion in loans and investment and over $4 billion in direct grants. So, if there is this massive top-down effort to hold back African Americans, why was more than 30% of the new board appointees at S&P 500 companies in 2021 black, even though they only make up 13% of the U.S. population? They were overrepresented in new board appointees in 2021. And once again, why do you think this is happening? It's because the U.S. government is stepping in to help African Americans. Here's another one, and this is very telling. It says in 2017, 3 sociologists published the book Rights on Trial about anti-discrimination lawsuits, not the multi-million-dollar national kind, but the everyday cases, with a single wronged employee and a median settlement amount of $30,000. So these are everyday civil rights lawsuits. As they collected data on their sample group of about 1,800 cases, they initially asked their research team to include an assessment of the merits of each case. That is, whether any discrimination had actually occurred. They abandoned the idea when the researchers rarely agreed, because there was no grounds for actual discrimination. People make all these ridiculous civil rights lawsuits over the most negligible things. It says here, some were clear instances of frivolous cases, they wrote, and a few seemed to have smoking guns, but the vast majority fell in between. And this is how our civil rights regime is being abused by bad actors. Here's another good one. It says discipline in public schools became noticeably worse in the last decade because under Barack Obama, the Department of Education made it harder to suspend disruptive students since too many of the students suspended under the old policy were black. So once again, the federal government stepped in at the DOE to make it harder to suspend African American students. Why? Because they were the most frequent offenders of disciplinary standards in schools. And so in order to prevent them from kind of being affected and their future from being affected, the federal government stepped in and made it harder to suspend African American students. But they're being held back. Here's another one. It says, ask a real estate agent whether a neighborhood is safe or if the local schools there are any good. She can only give evasive answers, even though those are reasonable things for any prospective home buyer to want to know. It's not because she is dancing around an awkward subject. It is illegal for her to give a straight answer because the facts might have racist implications. When Redfin announced in 2021 that its listings would not include any information about crime rates, the reason it gave was to, quote, avoid reinforcing racial bias. Here's my favorite one. It says here, more and more aspects of daily life, far removed from DEI's usual spheres, have come under attack in the name of racial justice. Many cities, including Philadelphia and Los Angeles, have limited routine traffic enforcement because too many of the drivers pulled over for minor offenses were non-white. So, major cities in the United States are limiting routine traffic stops and enforcing the law because the people who are most affected by it are black. But we're supposed to believe there is this systemic effort to hold them back and oppress them, right? Even though it seems like there's actually been a concerted effort since the 60s to elevate their position in society using federal power. Make it make sense. Agencies, programs, changes to institutional policy, getting rid of the SAT, lax law enforcement. I mean, what are we talking about? If anything, there's not systemic racism against them, there is systemic assistance to help them. And the reason why you can't talk about this and you can't question this in society is because of something called race communism. And race communism is essentially a form of communism where the dynamic in society is not between workers and the ruling class or the bourgeois, but rather between whites and non-whites. And so whites occupy the role of the bourgeois, the oppressor, and non-whites occupy the role of the oppressed, right? And so it is our obligation to use federal power to basically take from whites and redistribute opportunity and wealth to non-whites on the basis of anti-racism. So if anything, it seems like there's actually a systemic attempt to help non-whites. So like I said, the idea that we're living in this systemically oppressive society that goes against the interests and well-being of African Americans and other minority groups is laughable. And the thing that's so sad...
You've heard it, man. So when it's not me saying it, it's this guy saying it, and that's why this guy. And anytime some people will come out and say that he's anti-Afri, not anti-Afri, anti-blackness or whatever they say about this guy sometimes, but whatever. But they will say, of course, immediately it's because he's mixed. It's not because he's mixed alone or whatever, because there is many so-called pure blood African Americans who say the same thing. So it's his view on what Agwan. If it's his experience about life, it's his business, man. I'm just showing you what's going out there. Tariq Nasheed, you was claiming these mulatto people, they say they are not your race. Just like I was rejecting you with your maroon and movies like we supposed to become one. It will never happen. Yeah, maroon people, my people have their own alphabet, own God from beginning of time. Yeah, you're not part of that. We will not take in a bug brokenness, foundationally bug broken Americans, the black hunters, foundationally black hunters, and coming out and I don't know, we fine with your delineation. Yeah, we were never the same people. So after you said you were delineating and all these things, we are fine with it, man. That's why I'm even making this clear that an African is a phenotype. It's not a place where you come from, it's the Afri people. Just like I was saying, you see it here? Yes, the name Africa is widely believed to come from the Afri, an ancient local tribe, likely ancestors of modern-day Berber people, who lived in North Africa near Carthage in modern-day Tunisia. Yeah, done. We'll leave it at that. Roman conquest. After Rome defeated Carthage in 146 BC, they named the surrounding area Africa. See, land of the Afri. See that? Land of the Afri people. Just say, Liberia. Let's leave it at that. Alright. I'm gonna leave it at that and play some of my music later, man.
wanna fight me too. Disbelief cause I didn't know who. Now tell me fuck what you want come do. I ain't shit but I still got screw. Niggas wanna hang on you like glue. The shit they see, niggas want to. Or just you. Some kills you unlike in my case, I might try to.
Why try hold me back? Is it because I've got what you lack? What to do to get you off my back? You slept in my house, till you wanna attack. You find out now you wanna come fight me. Never thought it was you, but the mighty knows true. Seeing everything you do, now you wanna come fight me. Never thought it was you.
Hey yo, Ace up